Hello, my name is Dr. Michael Mack. I'm one of the residents here at the University of Calgary, here to explain to you cataract C toric IOLs, IOL insertion level 4. This is a little bit of a more challenging level, so I'm going to go through multiple cases to show you guys. So put in a little bit of viscoelastic, then put in the intraocular lens. Notice that it's a toric lens, so it's got the markers there. So the machine wants you to be able to spin it in the correct orientation, aligned with the markers on the conjunctiva. Next, put in your IA tip, 45-degree IA tip here, and then I'm using continuous irrigation. So be very slow and gentle when you're aspirating the viscoelastic. You don't want to aspirate too quickly and then cause a shift or turn in the lens, because then you would have to put in more viscoelastic and then rotate the lens back into place. So notice here I'm just slowly pushing on the lens with the heel, and notice there right there that the IOL already wants to spin. So be very gentle. Try to use at least to me, I think the rock and roll technique makes a bit more sense. So just pushing on the lens itself and then kind of moving your irrigation tip from side to side, and then you're able to aspirate a little bit more of the viscoelastic. So there's a little bit remaining there, and that's actually really good in terms of centering. So there the IOL is very nicely centered. So let's take a look at that one more time. So put in a little bit of viscoelastic, put in the lens. Don't shoot the lens into the bag. You want to be gentle. And then now the toric IOL is in the bag. So I'm just using my push-pull. I'm rotating it almost to where the marks are. And then I'm just moving it slowly so that they're in place. So here I'm showing you that if you're out of place or your marks are not in place, you want to rotate in a clockwise manner, not a counterclockwise manner, in order to reorient your intraocular lens. So there was my eye tip. I actually wanted to demonstrate with the separate irrigation aspiration hand pieces. You're still able to do the same thing. So there I'm using the irrigation tip to irrigate the eye in my right hand, and then the left one is the aspirator. So the IOL has been rotated out of place. So again, I'm using my irrigation tip. It's a blunt instrument. I think that should work, and it simulates real life relatively well, just to rotate the IOL back into place. So you can use many different instruments if you want. I'm just demonstrating the different instruments inside the simulation toolkit in order to push your IOL back into place. You may need to put a little bit more viscoelastic in the eye if it's not rotating as much as you want. So there, I've aspirated the rest of my viscoelastic. I'm using the irrigation hand piece to hold the IOL in place. I've caught a little bit of the anterior capsule. I don't want that. And then that looks pretty clean. So let's take a look at that one more time. Putting a little bit of viscoelastic, putting in the intraocular lens, spinning the toric lens so that it aligns with its markers. Using the 45-degree IA tip there. So I notice here that it's a little bit out of place. It's not perfectly aligned with the marks on the eye. So I'm trying to just move it a little bit more into place. So even if it's a few degrees off, the machine will still give you a good score, because in real life, although you want to be as perfect as possible, sometimes you will be a few degrees off with your alignment. And I think in general that's okay. So in all 3 attempts, we still scored 100. So take your time, and please like and subscribe and for more videos. Hope this was helpful.